Have you ever wanted to steal a dragon's baby and then ride it into battle? Then repeat the process about 120 times for slightly better dragons? Boy howdy do I have a game for you. Today, you're at the Rant Corner, my name's Jake, and we are having a look at Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. Now, trying a couple things different, as you can see the microphone here today, and all these dudes, because I've actually got a script this time. But if you're anything like me, you probably don't think much of the Monster Hunter franchise, or you're a fan, or you're just curious as to whether or not this game actually holds up to a lot of the promises that it makes. Well, I'm here to disappoint. Believe it or not, this is the second time I'm actually trying to record this video. The first time was me singing the game's praises, and it wasn't until I reached the end of my review that I realized that I really didn't have as much fun as what I thought I did. See, the demo, which is currently available in the Nintendo eShop, currently gives you everything that you would experience in the game. The lack of music, the turn-based combat, the weird rock, paper, scissors situation they've got between power, speed, and technical attacks, I'll be honest, was challenging the first couple of times because you don't really know what the enemies are going to do. And then when you know when the enemies are going to do, it's kind of, alright, cool. The demo gives you access to the best selling feature for the entire game, that you get to ride all the monsters in the Monster Hunter universe that they put in here, because obviously not all of them are in, but you get to ride them in the overworld and then into battle, which is admittedly really freaking sweet. According to my far more knowledgeable Monster Hunter friends, there's a lot of fan favorites in this game. Anjanath, I believe the Zinogre is one of the big ones, and the Nergigante. Lots of people are very, very happy about those guys. They're in, and you can ride them into battle, and it's pretty fun. But unfortunately, the demo does also show you all of the shortcomings of the game. Now, I have bought it and I have beaten it, but it's pretty much that, but for another 60 to 80 hours. There's unskippable dialogue. There are some unskippable cutscenes, and I'll give the design team a bit of credit here. They are beautifully and characterfully animated, these cutscenes, even the ones that you can't skip. It just unfortunately happens to tell the exact same JRPG story that we've all heard before, right? The whole story kicks off with an explosion. Someone that is related to you, but your character doesn't seem to care about, dies. This relative of yours could apparently do some crazy thing thanks to abilities of some kind, which you kind of inherit but not really, and then you have to save the day because you are the chosen one. And despite constantly proving yourself in the game against a variety of different challenges, every fucking NPC in the game will tell you that you are not enough. Believe it or not, when you can kick their ass like 3 ways from Sunday, it's very exhausting to have to listen to their continued over-the-top explanation as to why you suck. About the only time that you get a break from this constant negging from the NPCs is when they experience a moment of self-doubt, and then they give you just the slightest of breaks, like, oh, maybe I'm not strong enough. It's like, I don't know, man, maybe. The climax is that you take out a big monster that was scary, I guess. There was a few more tentacles involved than what I was expecting, I'll be honest. That is not even a spoiler, because that is every JRPG that you have ever played ever. I mean, barring, I don't know, maybe Pokemon, because it didn't like killing off all the characters because it's meant for kids. The major difference is that in this JRPG, when all that's happening, when your relative dies and all these people are doubting you, you get to do all of that while riding a dragon. And I have to confess, the riding mechanic is actually pretty sick, particularly when you transition into flying. Each of the monsters, they'll have different walk animations, and so some of them feel really hiccupy in the way that they move, some feel a lot smoother, but the flying is surprisingly responsive. You take off, you get up there, you turn, you can dive bomb, you can do a bunch of different things. It's actually a lot of good fun. It just sucks that that happens at maybe the 40-hour mark if you took your time like I did. Getting to these points and getting through the story, riding these monsters, stealing their children out of nests and things like that, you know, is the journey worth it? Is going through all of this worth just the ability to ride on a bunch of dragons and fly around and stuff? No. And it's a soft no. If you actually enjoy Monster Hunter, then I would recommend this to you. If you enjoy that universe, if you enjoy riding dragons, if you enjoy putting hundreds of hours of investments into a really grindy game, then absolutely I would recommend this to you. If you're like me, you don't mind JRPGs, you don't mind turn-based systems, you don't mind that sort of stuff, there will be a point where you may actually end up dropping off. Despite the fact that JRPGs have certain tropes that they sort of need to hit in order to really fit into that little genre, the turn-based game mechanics are fine, but usually when you're playing a game, you're playing it for more than just the turn-based stuff. There has to be a story, there has to be an emotional investment, there has to be something else that is driving you as a player onward, because what am I really investing in here? a story about a relative that I, as the player, didn't really connect with, but the player character magically did, and everybody else did, and they keep talking about how they're better than you, despite the fact that they died and you're still alive. There's a lot of questions. It just did not really hit that resonance level with me to actually make me want to keep playing the game. Seeing all the creatures was really cool. That was really fun, but that was about it, because I'd never experienced them in the Monster Hunter world before, so I actually managed to get to do that with this game. So that is a positive. It was a really nice introduction. It was a really nice fun thing. If you can select, I can take or leave JRPGs, then this is probably one where I would suggest that you leave it. Definitely don't take it. But if this is exactly your type of party, then I know exactly what to recommend you for Christmas this year. Look, there's a free demo out there. Don't take my word for it. Don't. Just go into the Nintendo eShop, download the demo, get it done, have a go. Let me know what you think of it. Because, you know, maybe I missed something really, really obvious. Maybe there's something really, really cool that I had just skipped over the entire time. Who knows? That's it for today. So, take it easy.